Your honest opinion,
It's the question though, like
who is really winning this battle right now? Is it a real battle? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it's a real
Compared
battle.
to yeah, it is. But you know, it's so much speculations and rumors out there. You know what I'm saying? Like about fake lines and the fact that they just doing it for the money. Some people saying that, but the shit that Kendrick's saying is real. That's real.
I see.
So here's my take on it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Kendrick gave enough warning signs and told Drake, you know what I'm saying? Like even on Euphoria, don't tell no lies about me and I won't tell no truths about you. So, you know, soon as Drake went on push-ups and all this other shit and you know, he started saying some things.
Facts.
And he's like, all right, so you won't lie, and then you're gonna take it to my wife, this, that, and the third. Mention my
facts.
kids, say it ain't mine. All right. And then he unloaded, but like still in bits and pieces and it all connected with the rest of the tracks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
facts.
it's like I feel like whatever Kendrick's saying he knows more about, it gotta be some truth to it. Cause why would you pump fake as much as
Why
Drake
would
has
you
been
pump
doing it?
fake? Facts.
You know? Drake has been caught already lying about a couple things, you know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
and Kendrick as well. Like we don't know for sure if the allegations he's saying on on Drake are real.
Yeah, I'm about my cash, I'm about my cash, I make it rain. I'm about my cash, I'm about my cash, I make it rain. I'm about my cash, I'm about my cash, I make it rain. I'm about my cash, I'm about my cash, I make it rain. I just wanna make some money.
Got
Nah, I
time
feel
for
you.
that.
Nah, it's
Yo,
true.
speaking of that, let's get into the episode right quick. It's your boy Tristan Javon.
What up? What up? It's your boy Nice. This is episode 11 of Ways to Get the Check.
Ways to get the check. So, on this podcast, what we do is we talk about different streams of revenue or income and how people make it or how they trying to get into business, how you want to grow yourself, or sometimes just business tips of how to budget, how to save and stuff like that. But sometimes it's just about like information to give out too. So today we got my man Ludi in the building, you know what I'm saying, right here. And my dude, he does multiple things. My dude is a master class when it comes to multitasking, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to let him introduce himself right here, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to get into the episode.
What's going on? My name is Ludi, also known as L5. What he means by multiple is I have a set of skills where I've been a barber for over 15 years.
Shit, I forgot that too. Damn.
Facts.
Producing
Facts.
engineer for almost about the same amount of time. Right now, I'm doing an apprenticeship to get my tattooing license. And
Just going in. Let me just jump in there when you say
all around artist. I've been buying ever
it's an
since I was
artist.
when you say
16.
barber and producer, like it's just not any barber producer, like one of the top guys out here. I was
Yo,
for
facts.
sure.
My man's was
He
cutting
out here
everybody's
doing that
hair
shit.
for a long time.
Book
There's
list
a
for
lot of
sure.
people who probably got their hair cut by this dude right here, you know what I'm saying? And came out fly too, especially like proms, weddings, like baby showers, like just the cookouts, the clubs, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got cut up. But my man, like I said, multitasking is an art in itself, you know what I'm saying? But you do the producing too. And we was talking about breaking down lyrics and stuff. So to give us a background story about how you got into like the producing and the barbering and stuff. And now even the tattooing.
I'll try to make a long story short.
Yeah.
When it came to the music, how I got into it was one day I was randomly going to like a gaming store at the mall,
Word.
Buckingham Mall, and I seen this game called EJ, and it caught my eye because it was like a DJing software for the computer, but it already had royalty-free sounds, you know what I mean? So you could play around with different drums, different melodies, different, you know what I'm saying, and put it all together to construct the whole song. So I bought it, started messing around with the computer, and, once I got the hang of it, I liked it because they also had a feature on it where you could record.
Word.
And, before making beats, I was rapping, you know what I mean? Or like, I used to write.
Yeah, what's your rap name?
My rap name?
Yeah.
Back then? Damn, what the hell? I don't even remember. What
Yo, I'm just gonna push this mic a little bit closer real quick.
Got you. Shit. I can't even tell you, bro.
That was
Like,
a while. That's how long
I
ago
used
it
to
was.
keep it so secret, you know what I mean?
That's
That
how long
if you
ago
knew,
it was.
you knew. But
Yeah,
once
word.
I picked up producing, I just like fell back. Like I let my mans take on the rhyming, and then I just continued like learning
Yeah, word.
other softwares like FL Studio, you know, Reason, everything else you could name it. I've done it. You know, that's with the music. So with the cutting hair, my mother was my barber. Like I never really had a barber. So my mother used to cut my dad, my brother, and myself.
That's dope.
That's dope.
So you know,
She wasn't playing.
just fucking around. You know, I grabbed the clippers, whatever, and I just started doing my own lineup because I was already like good with lines from drawing. You know, so I knew how to be like straight with it. You know what I'm saying? So I would practice on myself. From there, I'll cut my cousins.
Symmetry is on
Friends
point.
from school, you know what I mean? And then from school, somebody that used to go to a barber shop knew that they were looking for a barber. They had an open chair, and then they told my cousin Kermit. Kermit told me, and I was like, let me go check it out. So we would leave like the Lawrence High and then go over there, and I ended up cutting somebody's hair on the spot, which was Derek.
Yeah.
Grinders.
Yeah, I remember that. It's my dude.
I gave him like a Caesar.
Shout out to Derek, Gully Grinders.
Shout out. Gave him a crispy ass lineup, and then the boss, who was Polo, he pretty much said, "Yo, your line work is good. You cut his hair in a decent amount of time." And he was like, "Yo, you could start. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow."
On point. Yeah,
so
on point.
I grabbed all my clippers, put it in the book bag. Second book bag, went to school, and then once I left, I took the bus, the city bus, and then just boom. That was my route every day after high school. That's how I got into that. You know what I mean? And then what else? The tattooing now. Once I lost my studio, the lease was up. You know what I mean? And I felt like there was like a drastic change in the music, like locally, like it was like dying and shit. You know what I mean? I was like, why keep paying rent? You know what I mean? And then not having, you know what I mean? So from there, like once I had to figure of a bounce back, like a plan B, I just said, you know what? There was a coworker of mine at Raytheon, and he gave me a tattoo machine. He told me that his sister wasn't really engaging in it, and he was like, "Yo, you want it? Because I see you be drawing sometimes, like when when there's no work."
Word, that's lit.
Allegedly.
Right.
Yo, he gave me the machine. It came with a couple inks, couple fake skins, things of that nature, and I started practicing on it. So I already knew how to draw from like back in the day, middle school. You know what I mean?
Creative arts and shit.
And once I was like, you know what? When I was cutting hair, people would always tell me, "Yo, why don't you get into tattooing?"
Yeah.
And to me, I was just like, "Yo, I wasn't really on that. I was already making money cutting hair." I was like, nah, I'm good. Like, I kind of lost the passion for that. Once I was gaining passion with the music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, word.
While I was cutting hair.
On to the next thing usually happens,
So, but now, I'm getting my hands on with it. And once I started tattooing, like, some close people, I would post about it. Then a friend of mine who used to be a client of mine at the barbershop, like when I was young, he works at a tattoo shop. He reaches out to me, sends me a DM, and he's like, "Yo, I showed your artwork to my boss. He says you got potential." And
dope.
That's
it
dope.
was just like, I'm gonna come check
That's like
that
the
out.
second time that happened to you.
Circle of life, man.
The barbershop too. Like, yo, I showed your work. You know what I'm saying? They told you to come through. That's how it happens. Full circle moments and shit. But
barbers, at the end of the day, that's just a networking thing. You have to know somebody for everything. Just because in being a barbershop, all types of people going in there.
Yeah. You on speed dial and a lot of people's phones. Yo, as a barber, you on speed dial, especially
it comes
every
with a
weekend.
lot of responsibility, man. And it just you have to be able to like satisfy everybody, and then you know how it is when it becomes a timely thing and people get impatient.
Yeah,
word.
But
at the end of the day, like you work.
But it sounds like the music was your first passion though. Like that's your real passion.
Oh, For sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because that's where it started from. But it just happened to be that barbering.
That's all in the same world too, though.
Yeah, it is.
That's all in the music industry.
I just like being in the essence of creating, making something out of nothing. You know what I mean? And playing with sounds and seeing where you could take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Because everybody hears differently. You know what I mean? So.
And just to put it all together is crazy because you mentioned FL with Fruity Loops and stuff. I remember downloading that shit. 20 minutes later, it's like delete. Like that's no joke. It starts with the and it only starts with the 4 little ding, 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 the little drum kick.
I thought for a day I was gonna like look at it, be a producer, but it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You gotta have patience on top of patience. You know what I'm saying, to be coming through doing that. But nah, that's fire, man. That's dope. I like especially the producing part of it. So and on top of that, you got a W-2 job. So you do all of that plus your W-2 job. How do you balance? Or matter of fact, let me ask you this. What do you see yourself as more? Like an entrepreneur or person just with entrepreneurship on the side?
So the way I look at myself is having the ability and the resources to be an entrepreneur. But until like everything is like on paper and on business mode and it's actually, I'm not going to call myself an entrepreneur, you know what I mean?
Okay, you're right.
I would like to just consider myself like just that kind of person that is sick of regular jobs, and by learning a skill, you can, you know, make people happy and also make money at the same time.
Putting all those puzzles together.
I look at myself like a vessel or a tool, you know what I mean? And, you know, I'm, you know, like a working machine, you know, until I'm to the next level, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
you just leveling up, building all the skill sets up. You know what I'm saying? That's fire. Fucking let's talk about like
this pill.
Yeah, where does that hustle and that grind come from?
Definitely comes from my mother and my father. My father, I've never really seen him take days off ever.
Yeah, word.
And then my mom, she's also like me. Like, well, I turned out like her. Like, she's, you know, hands on as well. She could do hair. You know what I'm saying? She could do interior decorating. She's very crafty. You know, she does a lot, you know what I mean? And just seeing that type of stuff, and then my father being into like tech stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, word.
Computers, MP3 players, all that shit, you know. It kind of like molded me into like everything that I'm doing like right now.
That's what
it just comes within, because even if you go back to when you mentioned the high school days, taking the bus after school to go work, like everybody's after school is even doing sports, hanging out, chilling.
That as well too.
You know,
word. That's and then just once I was done with that, that's when I transitioned into like, let me start working.
Word. No, but a lot of people transition into that after the high school years because they have no choice and things like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know about everybody before,
or when they have a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Things like that. But to have that within and do it at that time, that says a lot. You know?
Yeah. I would definitely say the key to that was I tried not to have any serious relationships in the moments of growing and being in the, you know, teens and early 20s. You know what I mean? Like because I felt like that would have like. I would have never been able to grow as much as where I am today if I spent too much time on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a crazy mindset though.
Let's talk a little bit about the producing part of it and stuff like that. Some people you worked with out here, no names, or you just talent out here that you worked with.
It's a lot I can name, man. But
word. Drop a few.
There's talent everywhere. You know. Some of the people I've worked with is like Rick, Grams, Terminology. Bro, I don't know. Like, it's a lot of people. It's a lot. Because you got to remember, if I'm producing for you, that's one part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What happens if it's another session I'm not producing and I'm just recording? You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm mixing records. I'm also producing. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a lot. It's like multiplying. Every time there's a new session, there might be 2 or 3 rappers. So it's a lot.
All right, so let's narrow it down a little bit. Your top rappers from Lawrence.
Top rappers from Lawrence. Top rappers you worked with.
Not even in general, because you said you work with a lot of people or whatever. However,
You don't got. It's not even about naming them two in order. Honestly, I guess. It's
no,
just
yeah,
more
I
like,
wouldn't say top 5 or top 3. Just like in general, just people
there's
you
a lot
worked
of
in
talented
here.
artists out here. In
Come
general,
into the
you know what I'm
booth, you
saying?
hear
Like,
them, and you're like, wow, they know what they're doing. This person got, you know what I'm saying? Like top artists and stuff like that. Could be a singer, whatever.
I would definitely put Terminology up there because he makes a living off of rap.
Yeah,
word,
for sure.
word.
Right off bat. Grams, I've worked with him, had the pleasure of being, just cooking up records. We had a mixtape together.
Word.
We just released a record like the other day. Also,
Yeah, he slept on, to be honest. He got bars.
Super versatile, you know what I mean?
For
Like
real.
he could rap, he could do the trap shit, he could do the R&B, everything.
Word, word.
I've never really seen him or given him a beat where he didn't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And oftentimes I'll have so many beats or whatever, and you get around artists and sometimes they skip on some of the dope beats. And it's like, maybe it just it's not clicking for them, or it's not what they're looking for. You know what I'm saying? So with him, it's like he could freestyle to anything. He could make a song out of any beat. You know what I mean? Like, because he's had the experience. He's been doing it for a long time. So when me and him link up, I don't got to work too hard. He don't got to work too hard. Like, we've had moments where we're leaving from our boys' crib at 12 in the morning, go to the studio, cook up a beat on the spot. He's rapping as I'm cooking up the beat, freestyling, and then he's like, all right, let me jump in the booth. So I load it up, put it on Pro Tools, and then within 3 hours, we already got like 2 verses, hook, you know what I mean?
Right.
And
From scratch.
The shit slap,
From scratch.
you know what I mean?
From scratch, too.
Yeah, so it's like,
word.
it's not easy to do that, you know what I mean, with everybody.
Word.
So
that's a
like,
process.
when you're excellent in your lane, and I'm good in my lane, like, that's when the chemistry is a lot easier,
How much time would you say that you put in building your craft, or you spend building your craft?
My whole life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
My
what
whole
is
life.
what is the process of like?
I can't say like I clock in and then be like, all right, I'm gonna dedicate a few hours to this, or you know what I mean? It's just, I would just round it up to like my whole life, you know what I mean? Just kind of like how I said, everything I've been a witness of with my eyes from my parents and everything to everything I'm picking up now. Like I just been that in the motion, you know what I mean?
Yeah. How about lessons you learned through the process? Like hardest lessons you learned through the process?
Hardest lessons? I mean, there's a lot, man. I mean, you definitely got to have some type of strength or some type of patience or some type of belief. Belief in yourself to actually get it done. You know what I mean? And along the way, you learn that not everybody's going to understand you or your work ethic. Mm-hmm. You're not going to find people that match your work ethic. Sometimes you will, but, you'll find yourself sometimes, not having support by anybody.
Right.
I mean, you got to deal with that. It'll be a lot easier to just fall back and then do something else. You know what I mean? But you gotta. It goes back to the belief. You know what I mean? Understanding that you can do it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times people speak about themselves and they be like, "Oh, I don't know how. I can't do this." You know what I mean? And they already cursing themselves by speaking to themselves that way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
People don't understand the power of words. So it's like when you're already killing yourself from an attempt or even trying to learn something, you know what I mean? By already saying, "Oh, I don't have the skills for this. I don't have the patience." It's like you have to, you will earn it by the interest or by the belief that, you know what I mean, you can get some shit done.
Keep going.
That's facts. I mean, I would say that what like ask an obvious question, like, yo, like tell the people about building a skill set, like what's the benefits, but it's pretty obvious why you should just try to work on building skill sets, you know what I'm saying? Because the more skills you have, the more it travels. Like, we was talking about this before we jumped on the camera about like, you know what I'm saying, like barbering, producing, and tattooing, it travels together. And we just mentioned a little bit, like, so if you want to go somewhere, you know what I'm saying, where do you see yourself going with this? Like, what type of goals do you have?
I've always had like this vision of like being able to just travel everywhere in the world, you know what I'm saying? With the set of skills that I have, because I can get in certain doors, you know what I mean? Like, who's not gonna want a tattoo artist on deck? or a barber on deck, or somebody who can produce,
No bullshit.
cook up some shit, you know what I mean, or record you if the engineer's not gonna make it, or you know what I mean, like
No bullshit.
So
Hey.
I always thought if I'm in the right areas at the right time, some shit could happen, and you know it can go from there. But you know, also I got to put in a lot of work, do a lot of networking, a lot of promotion. You know,
Word.
it's all about consistency. You know what I mean? It don't matter about how good you think you are. You know what I mean? And to me, like, I try not to show too much of everything I can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, word.
But at the same time, like the things that I do show, like I can all put it together in the future where, like, let's say I want to open up a business and, you know, have a tattoo shop, and then maybe the other side is a barbershop. Maybe there's a third side. And
With the studio.
I can put a studio in there.
Studio with the
maybe there's
studio.
a fourth side. And then, like, let's say I want to get into fashion. My boy got an embroidery machine, sewing machine, press machine, all of that. So with my graphics and art, I can be giving them designs, logos, patches, everything.
Yeah,
you know what I
facts.
mean? Like, so if I want to, I can just start having merchandise for tattoo artists, for barbers, for whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for whatever, yeah.
So, you know, that's pretty much like the vision I have, you know what I mean? And places where I can take it, where I think it could be realistic. So I'm doing the time now by doing this apprenticeship so I can get licensed. And then once I'm licensed, I'm able to move around and then decide to like either open a spot or work from home, whatever.
What you want to do, yeah.
Yeah. I seen the work too. The tattoos are coming out fire too. You know
Thank
what I'm
you, I
saying? Like
appreciate
I
it.
like the detail and shit. So, and that's another thing too. People are always looking for a tattoo artist, especially when it come out. I'm the type, I got like 19 tattoos, right? All small ones too. Some of them big, like 2 of them. But most of the time when I go on vacation, I always get a tattoo everywhere I go. Cause it's a memory, it's something I brought back with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I got a few that I got with other people. So that's why I love tattoos, you know what I'm saying? And like, I always make a connection. So, yo, tell us a couple, if you can, a couple of stories. Cause you probably you definitely hear stories in a barbershop. That's one place where you're gonna hear a story, you know what I'm saying? And in the tattoo shop. So what's some crazy stories you came across?
Hold on before you answer that. Let me fix this wire because that camera been tweaking.
Crazy stories. There was a couple good ones.
Damn, can't think of one off the spot.
Something interesting that happened, you know what I'm saying? And something you came across, like,
Cause I be minding my business very well, you know
yeah.
what I mean? So sometimes like
it's
I
hard
be
to be in
listening
the fly in the
sometimes,
room, yeah,
but
and mind your business.
yeah, so damn, a crazy story I heard in the tattoo shop.
Or the barbershop, tattoo shop, or the barbershop. Or producing
know
too.
some
You
of that
could
shit,
be in
but
the
fuck it.
studio, come across a wild night.
Damn. I will say a lot of crazy shit has happened, but I can't discuss none of that.
Yeah, on
no
camera.
platform.
Yeah. We can't get everything on camera.
No, I hear that.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
can only
So-
imagine.
No,
all the
I
crazy
heard. I
shit.
can only imagine. You know what I'm saying?
So if we think about crazy, anything else, I don't even think it even reaches crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Word.
you know,
Some things just can't be said on camera. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people got to be left out the story. Yeah, but that's cool. Yo, but with all the balance, tell us a little bit about your relationship with money, your mindset with money.
relationship with money. I need to have more relationship with money. I always looked at money like it's like material, but obviously it's needed. I just was never really thirsty for it.
Word.
And I guess because of my skill sets, it was always around, or it was easy to get.
Right.
You know what I mean? I felt like I never really had to chase it. It was just like brought to me.
Word.
So for that aspect, like, you know, money comes and goes, you know, like for being the way that I was living in my teens and 20s, you know, I wasn't saving money like that. If I wanted to save money for something like going on a trip, whatever, like I can get it done, but I never really was saving money just because, again, it came and went. I never felt like I was like damn,
Yeah.
I'm down. You know what I'm saying? The next
a
day,
lot of people
I'm
don't
getting
think
to
that
it.
way.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then now it's like having a 4-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Having goals of owning a crib. You know what I mean? And so now the conversation and the relationship is different.
Yeah,
For sure.
I'm not spending money on like reckless stuff or useless things. You know what I mean? Like I'm always thinking of like what makes sense here. You know what I mean?
facts. And the relationship with money does change. I was reading this. It's called like it's 5 different types of personalities when it comes to money. It's the spender, person who just spends money big, spends money on everything. Then there's the saver, the person who barely spends any money and they're always saving. But when they do that, they miss out on an opportunity sometimes. And then there's the shopper, the person who's like, yo, whatever they feel, they just go shopping. Don't even matter. If they get emotional, if they get in their feelings, or if they're upset, they just spend their money shopping. There's the person who's in debt, who's always buying everything, but they spend more money than they actually make. And then there's the investor. You know what I'm saying? The person who's always making smart decisions. You know what I'm saying? So what would y'all say y'all personality type is?
I'm a remix. You can throw everything in there, and like you said, it's changing throughout the time and stuff like that. You in the stages in life you're in, depending what you're doing. Right now, I'm very focused on the investing and the saving compared to before. Like you have your 4-year-old, I have a 7-month-old, so things change there. Now I want good looks. Congrats on your suit. But it's just like that. It just changes around. I think there's no for me personally, there's not one like true one aspect of it for me. I'm a little bit all over the place. Yeah, 'cause I love spending.
Yeah, right.
I don't like shopping though. Even though I like spending, but like I'll spend like if I go.
That's what I'm saying. There's a difference.
No, for sure. I'm not a shopper.
2 different things.
But I've definitely I spend. If I want something, I go get it. But it's because I always put in the work to be able to do things like that. And
facts.
Yeah, I've definitely been all 5 of those characteristics. You know what I'm saying? But again, like he said, a lot of things is situational. What you're going through. Your lifestyle. What you want to maintain, what you don't want to maintain.
Nah, it's true, man. I recently went through some stuff and I put a crazy plan together. I was like, damn, I wish I had this plan 2 years ago. Like right now would have been, you know what I'm saying? But it's a work in progress now. But it's just
Majority of the people in the world are spenders, savers, and debtors. Majority of the people, right? And like you said, everybody's a remix kind of. But the reason why majority of people is because spenders, like you said, people spend on whatever. You know what I'm saying? They seem to learn how to save a little bit more. But like, you want to buy something you like, so you're going to buy it. You know what I'm saying? You see that chain you like it, you're going to buy it. You see them sneakers on your feet, you're going to buy it. You know what I'm saying? That's not like an emotional shopping thing. And then a lot of people, they try to save, but they save so much, sometimes they end up missing out on shit, whatever. So, and then they end up buying something and their investment goes bad. You know what I'm saying? Because they missed out on a bigger opportunity. So you like, I should have bought that house 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But wasn't thinking about that. So now the house is worth $1 million. You can't buy the house. But you try to buy it, you mess up, you lose your bread, right? But the debtors, that's an important one because mad people spend way more than they actually have, bro.
I see it like if also with your partner and your other half too, because if you got 2 spenders and 2 things, that's gonna be dangerous. Imagine 2 people that are on debt.
Facts.
Together, that's even more debt. So it depends everything. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
So how do you guys balance? Let's talk about that real quick. Balancing, because y'all both mentioned families. You know what I'm saying? How do you balance, again, the relationship with the hustle, the grind, the money, the family? You know what I'm saying? And yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. You know what I'm saying? For men, especially trying to be like the head of the household.
For me, like, I've had the conversation of like, do you want to be a stay-at-home mom or do you want to keep your job? You know what I mean? You can spend your money on what you want to spend, but also put something towards, the bills. And then me, like, I have all these other things that I do where I'm like cutting hair, making money, tattoos, making money, and then my 3rd shift job, which, I've been doing for about 6 years.
6 years, 3rd shift.
We work at the same place. I do 3rd shift. She does 1st shift. So, we've definitely had the conversations of like, how we want to go about these things. But like, that's why I'm putting in the work right now with my apprenticeship. Once I'm making good money off of tattooing, like I could just leave that 3rd shift job. You know what
Facts.
And if I'm doing really, really, really well, I tell her to leave that job. You know what I'm saying? Then now we really living it up and
word.
traveling where we want to go. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, no bullshit. Some of the best
comes with a lot of
relationships.
sacrifice. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
Sacrifices and discipline.
Discipline.
That's how I would say.
And some of the best relationships when you work together as a team. You could build a business together as a team and shit like that. It works better that way. You know what I'm saying? You get your partner, your spouse, whatever it is, you get them involved in whatever you're doing. So that way you're on the same page, bro. But, you know, again, you two, same path?
Nah, for sure. Yeah, like I was just saying, my girl right now is a stay-at-home mom. Blessed to that she's there doing that. But I'm going to tell you right now, I was off for like a week. That's just, I'd rather be at work. That's no joke.
Yo, no,
it's not easy.
Shout out to the women who are doing that,
because
it's not. You know what I'm saying? The cooking, the cleaning, the being around the baby and not being out the house.
Sure.
You appreciate that time out the house.
For sure. When we walked in here, I was like, damn, I got to pass the vacuum. My shoulders in the yard.
Yo, facts.
So I'm like,
yo, facts.
Nah, but like it's crazy though. So shout out to that. I know they do.
Yeah.
Much respect to that. But now, yeah, I mean, I'm just being more disciplined, balancing everything out, living ahead. Try to pay as much as stuff, live ahead, and that way, got no surprises the next day, and just keep going from there.
Living ahead.
I would like to one day be retired, chilling, none of us working. That'll be cool. Right? Why not, right? In the island or something. That's everybody's stuff, right?
Facts. What age you trying to retire at?
Tomorrow? Nah. I don't know. To be honest, I'm not really sure because I feel like I'm always doing stuff. So what would retirement really look like for me?
Yeah, facts.
Probably not doing a 7 to 3 or 8 to 5. That's probably what would be my retirement. But I'm always going to be up doing something and stuff
That's
like that.
my idea of retirement too. Like, I'm just not working for nobody. I'm just waking up, just doing what I want to do. You know what I'm saying?
I always picture myself owning like a speeder van, like a little bedroom apartment van type shit, and just travel everywhere and just be on the road in Cali. Yeah. That's what I see my retirement as.
Yo, some of the happiest people.
So if you want to put a barber chair, holla at me.
You see what I'm saying? The podcast to go, park in different places.
Some of the happiest people are retired vets on the beach, on an island somewhere, just chilling.
I don't see myself retired that way though.
Like, they just got a food truck, they chilling, they did it all, you know what I'm saying? Now they down there, just, every day, like, 9 to 2, 9 to 2, you know what I'm saying?
So, yeah.
Yeah, facts. Nah, that's smooth. And goal setting, man, like, how do you set goals? How do you set boundaries when it comes to your type of work? Because, one, you still cutting hair?
Taking a little backseat from it.
My man's taking a backseat after 15 years, retirement.
I'm like Jay-Z of the barber. I retire, I come back and retire.
Yeah. Retire, I'm retire. Yeah, it is. It's a skill.
You cut your son's hair?
Yeah.
So you're always going to be.
Always
I still got to take
family
care of my
business.
family.
So
my mom cut me, so
it's
I'm
not
going to
going
cut
to
my son.
stop. But as far as like the public and just everybody else, like I got too much going on where it's like they got to take a back seat right now.
Yeah, facts. You know? Nah, that's smooth. And the same thing with the tattoos is coming. How long you been doing the tattoo stuff now?
I would say in total, from when I picked up the tattoo machine, 2 years.
2 years.
Working at a tattoo shop as an apprentice, I believe I started in July or August of last year. So I'm about to creep up on that first year, like a full one.
Word. Right, that's balance. That's crazy. Again, crazy. 4 jobs: barbering, producing, tattooing, and working the third shift. 5 jobs and being a dad. 6 jobs and being there for your girl. You know what I'm saying? That's multitasking. That's why I said my man's a master over here. The skills is real. Jamaican. Yo, would you prefer to spend your time doing one thing you love, or would you like spreading your time around?
I don't know, bro. Like, I see myself like Chris Brown. Like, just do what the fuck I want.
Yo, facts.
Do it nasty. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
like,
facts.
At a high at a high elite. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, speaking of Chris Brown, he snapped on that.
He just do what he want. He could paint. He could fucking dance. He could fucking sing.
Yeah, he could
rap. Do whatever the fuck he want.
Yeah, he just fucking dropping fucking diss tracks too.
That's the life of an artist for real. You know what I mean? And like everything I do, that's what I see like in the future. Like I can just let's go over here, or let me do this. Or
I like that.
I got an idea.
I
I want to start selling some art, some paint, or let me start airbrushing. Let me start, you know what I mean? Like designing kicks, like whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, first of all, there's so much value in art, bro. There's paintings that go for 40, 50, 60, 100 grand, bro. You know know what I'm saying? If you got the eye to buy some paint, I was talking about that the other day with somebody because I'm like, yo, if you want to invest in some shit that nobody really invests in, buy some paint. Buy some paintings, bro. And like, let them shit sit there. And that shit nobody thinks about. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit's turned into like 60, 70, 80K. They flip. You know, there's artists now who's selling their shit for $1,000. If they blow up, that shit's gonna go up to like 10,
artwork
15,
is one of
10K.
one as well too. It's not
NFTs
like there's gonna be
and all that. You know what I'm saying? They blew up in the last couple of years. Like, that's the thing. The world changes so fast. You know, and artists are funny because they're like nomads. They just go around everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a real artist, that's what you do. Like, you don't really stay with one thing. You just go around and just go.
And you're gonna stay inspired everywhere you go.
You gotta stay inspired.
You're gonna see different things.
Yeah,
understand different cultures, or you know what I mean.
Yeah. So what advice would you give somebody trying to follow down a similar path of like multitasking or just being an artist themselves?
I wouldn't say be a multitasker. I would definitely say like focus on one. Be a master of one. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
And if you get there, then you can like pick something else up. But like I feel like when you're doing too much, also, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to just let that one thing define or overrule or just surpass everything else. You know what I mean? So, you know, being a jack of trades, of all trades, is cool, you know what I mean? But if you don't know where you want to go or have any type of direction, you know what I mean? It'll kind of be like almost a waste of time, but it'll be cool for the moment, you know what I mean?
Yeah, don't just do it to do it. Like,
exactly.
No, you're doing it for a reason type thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
you look like the type, if you start something, you're going to see it through the whole way, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So you can't just start something and quit. Like, I mean, you gotta go forward.
And I guess that comes from like basketball, you know what I mean? Like learning the discipline and just that hard work. Word.
You know what
I'm saying? Hitting the books, everything. So it's like that's where I get like a lot of my preparation from, you know what I mean? Like the 5 P's, you know what I'm saying? You remember what the 5 P's was?
Yeah, word. He's bringing it way back.
So it's like I look at things like that as well, you know what I mean? Like there's so much information out there. There's so much YouTubers out there. There's so much people that you can find out that are doing the same thing you are, that you can connect with. You know what I mean? And I feel like there's just too many options to do things. And if you're not doing nothing, you know what I mean? Then like,
I mean, in your line of work,
what was that line that Nipsey Hussle said? Find your purpose or you're wasting air.
Facts. That's a good one. You have to put that up on a quote. You know what I'm saying? Find your purpose or you're wasting air. And a lot of people are still trying to find a purpose in life, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes some people's purpose in life is just to be a spectator. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Sometimes people go through life spectating.
Enjoying the moments.
Yeah, life sometimes is a spectator sport for some people, you know what I'm saying? They meant to sit there for the gossip because if not, you know, what else would they be doing? How else would you build your publicity, you know what I'm saying? If there wasn't for people talking or hating or supporting, you know what I'm saying, becoming a fan either way. So it's written in the books. There's something for everybody, whether you're a spectator or not, you know what I'm saying? But, yo, your hustle and grind, it's fire, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, balancing and just being able to just be inspired to do that, get up every day, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to stay in that mindset. But we forgot to ask you, how do you set your boundaries on charging? You know what I mean? Because, like, that's another thing, you know. We talked about this in one of the episodes about knowing your worth. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would you say your worth is at?
So I would say one of my early problems was trying to be fair. You know what I mean? Like a lot of my clients were friends. You know what I mean? So I can't upcharge my friends, especially if they're coming every week. You know, then I would find people who don't know me at all, but they're just a client and they'll overpay because they love the work.
Yep.
So then there would be a time where it's like, how do I find the middle ground of, you know what I mean, without, you know, the mentality, and you'll hear it. Oh, you think you all that, or you think your clippers are made out of gold, or like I can go somewhere else. This guy charging me, you know what I'm saying? That's cool, you know what I mean? But like, I've always seen myself that I can just do way more than what I'm providing. You know what I mean? Everything that I've endured or everything I've learned makes me who I am. So it's like, yeah, there's a bunch of barbers. Yeah, there's a bunch of producers. Yeah, there's a bunch of tattoo artists, but I'm me. You know what I mean? Like,
facts.
So is like you can rock with me, and I never ever in my life feel some type of way if you want to go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't own people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, facts.
but people always get like weird about that. As far as like what I want to do with charging, I always pay attention to the climate. You know what I'm saying? Like from working in a barbershop and having those prices, you know what I mean? Then when I become the only barber that can do designs and people come to me for that, now I have to start doing a separate charge, you know what I'm saying?
Right, facts.
And I'm the only barber that can do this, you know what I'm saying? Because of my art background, you know? I'm over here doing pictures in people's heads, you know what I'm saying? Like precise.
COVID squished it up too, because a lot of barbers had to, get paid a little extra in order to come cut hair too.
Yeah, because, they'll put in their health at risk.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of that matters.
And then the prices kind of stayed.
The prices kind of stayed the same.
And I think that the prices stayed because also the usage of social media. You know what I mean? Like once people started engaging more in that and having content and becoming instructors and having people just all the views and all of that, like it also brought a whole new lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like where, becoming a celebrity barber, like we've seen so many of those videos where they could be like on the beach or on a yacht or wherever the fuck, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
And making the content cool. And, then it's the barber conventions and stuff like that. Like
there was one in Connecticut not too long ago, last week.
Yeah, you been to any?
And surprisingly, I've never went to a barber convention. Gone to the tattoo convention, producer convention, stuff like that. But with the barber, I felt like I lost my passion in that, and that was always going to be like a plan B, plan C. Yeah, you know what I mean? So once I was losing the interest of that, I was just like, if I ever really want to, like, it don't matter what age, you know what I mean? Right. It don't matter what age I want to start going to these conventions. They're still going to be existing, you know?
Yeah, so, facts. Yeah.
For right now, it's like with my 15 years or more of experience, is like, you know what I mean? I'm pretty content, pretty grateful, pretty, you know what I mean?
And
with
those skills
all the
travel.
I've met, you know what I mean? And places I've gone and, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because of it. But, again, when I picked up the other passion, it was just like, there's something that I could see myself doing. But there's only two things I could see myself doing forever. Where it could be the tattooing or just doing the music.
Word. You know I mean? Okay.
Like once if I could produce that hit, that's what it's supposed to
be. That's what it's supposed to be.
And then it turns into something else. You know what I mean? And then more and more.
Yeah.
I could be at the comfort of my home making these tunes.
All it takes
is
that one or two hits to hit before you keep going and producing more. You know what I'm saying? Like, or just getting those beats out there. You know what I'm saying? Metro Boomin is fire too. His beats.
So like when I find myself in music creation, I'm just in a space of like this is my zone. This is my shit.
Zoned out.
You know what I mean, like with all the knowledge I've like a sponge, just soaking it up. You know what I mean? Like how I study music, everything, like producers, lyrics.
What producers
everything.
do you look at? Like look up to?
It's a whole bunch. Like I said, I'm so open-minded that it's hard for me to like have a top 5, but I would say like some of my favorites, Ninth Wonder, Kanye, High Tech, J Dilla, Timberland, Swiss,
J Dilla, High Tech, they fight.
Metro, Danger Hands, Bink the Humble Monster, by the way. Shit, there's so many, bro. Like Ryan Leslie's definitely one of them. Yeah, because he changed the game at one point too, and he really made producing look fun as fuck.
Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah, Kanye made producing look fun for me. You know what I'm saying? Kanye's a fucking wizard in the studio. Like he's just off the top. But
Swiss at one point he was up there for me. And then anything else from like newer generation, I'll say like Chop Squad DJ.
Word.
I would say Bricks the Main. He's worked on a lot of like Drake, Young Thug stuff. I would say Metro. I would say Foreign Tech. Foreign Tech. He's Fire. He working with all
Tech.
the Latin artists, all the R&B artists, rap artists, all of that.
Yeah.
And I think he's Dominican, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Okay, shout out to Foreign Tech. He's Dominican in
This
the building.
dude made this shit cool on the internet too. I can't remember his name right now. For Dipset,
A-Rap Music.
A-Rap
A-Rap
Music. When he
He's
came out
definitely
doing
one
that
of them
live, that was
believe
just
I missed him.
crazy.
Yeah.
Weezy out of here. You know, he got like
If you had
there's
to,
a lot of people.
if you
man.
could pick
There's
to
a lot of
work
people.
with one of them or an artist to work with, who would you pick?
I feel like right now, like probably Foreign Tech.
Foreign Tech.
Yeah, because it's like,
Manifest it, make it happen. Let's go, make it happen. Let's go. Foreign Tech.
and it's funny because he actually reached out. I went on one of his lives one day, and he was actually talking with Bink. They were on the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he
And
was.
I'm over here listening to everything, whatever, right? Then the next day, he's on live, and he's like playing music that he produced and recorded himself.
Word.
He was like, yo,
Social
if
media.
anybody can guess the sample, shoot me a DM. I'll send you the song like personally. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
And of course, I guessed it first because that's like my shit. Like
Let's
I
get
can hear
it.
a
Let's
millisecond of a sound, and I'll be like, oh, I know what that is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I guessed it, and then when I hit him with the DM, he was just like, oh yeah, that's right, that was you. And he's like, yo, I got you. He sent me a voice note, so it was like already we already have that.
The
you know?
connections there.
Yeah,
Let's
And
go.
shout out to Campe, you know what I mean? Campe always told me like, yo, come to Miami, like I can get you in the room with these guys, like Hit Boy.
It's
Foreign
true. Campe's
Tech.
doing his thing, man, for real.
And for me, it's just like, you know, shout out to him. And for me, it's just like, you know, prioritizing, setting the goals, like we were saying,
right.
you know, to make these things come to fruition, where it's like, now I can go take a little trip over here.
Yeah,
and
word.
maybe it could be music, and I could also guest spot at a tattoo shop and do a tattoo over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Or, you know
That
what I'm saying?
LLC
Like,
busting,
bring
take
my
those
family with
business
me, you know,
trips.
shit like that. So,
Put it
Oh,
on
you
the
can do it
business
all,
card. Yeah.
you know, I got family out there too in Florida,
word.
so it's like things like that I can make happen. You know what I mean? But
Word.
there's a timing and a place for everything. You know,
There definitely is.
but it's in the back of my mind, and you know, I'm really trying to make that.
Manifesting. 2024 is all about manifesting everything you want to do and just making it happen for 2025, you know, and beyond. You know what I'm saying? Because
Sorry to cut you off, but in case you don't know who Foreign Tech is, you know, Don't by Bryson Tiller.
of course,
So
of course,
the one that produced that, and
yeah,
a bunch
of
of other
course,
shit.
of
So,
course. That's what I was gonna say. Cause Bryson Tiller is one of my favorite artists. So you feel me? Like just the whole soul trap, the way he brought that genre up is just fire, bro, for real. And his new album is crack. It's different. It's a different sound a little bit than we
he's
probably
playing with
used
some
to,
sounds.
But I like what he's playing with. You know what I'm saying? So go check that out. I might go to his concert. Matter of fact, it's like 2 weeks from now. Yeah, no bullshit. I was looking at that, but you know, trying to get on these vacations for real. You know what I mean, but yo, you know what I wanted to tell you? My man, I always thought about this. My man always gave me Lloyd Banks vibes. Lloyd Banks.
Me?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny.
Yo, always
I've heard
shit.
Lloyd Banks
countless
vibes.
number of things. Bro.
Yo, for real.
I've heard Lloyd Banks. I've heard Ice Cube. When I used to have braids, I've heard
bro.
Manny Ramirez.
Yo,
you know what I mean? I'm
yeah.
like, yo, dog.
Nah, that shit. I got
Cool,
we
the
got
greats,
pulled,
the greats.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
the greats.
we got pulled over by state police one time when I had my long hair and shit. He thought it was Manny, and then he was like, then he let me go. He was like, nah, I really thought it was Manny Ramirez in the front seat. I was like, what the fuck? And then he let us
thought-
bounce.
he
I was
thought
like,
for a
oh
second.
shit.
Yeah,
So he
hype.
said, that's funny.
Yeah, my
So
man.
it be happening.
Lloyd Banks vibe. I can see you up in the spot, dog, for real. But yo, keep doing what you're doing. Love what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, and just stuff like that. I got another podcast called Good Men Have Secrets. You probably be good to come on that, bro. And just, you know, it's just like a show to talk about stuff that men be going through and jewels like that, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that not everybody be sharing all the time, but we all going through these type of things, you know what I'm saying? So, but on this podcast, like I said, we talk about information, about revenue and money and stuff like that, people's relationship with money. And I feel like, yo, being able to have that balance is right up there with what we're doing right here. So check us out. You know what I'm saying? We be dropping episodes on Sundays. They be dropping on Spotify. You feel me? Oh, you know what? I forgot one thing. The affiliations. Affiliation time.
Yeah. So just real quick, if you're looking to start a podcast or just to create content at the gym, doing Uber Eats or whatever it is, I recommend you guys to get the Rode wireless mic. This thing right here, it's portable, could connect to your phone, to your computer, to a machine, to whatever you want. You could bring it anywhere. It has like 7 hours of battery life, and it gets the work done.
It definitely gets a job.
I'm gonna leave the link down below in the description and check it out. Rode Wireless mic go-to.
Word. Yeah, so we here, you know what I'm saying? Ways to get the check. Yo, man, you want to say anything else to the camera before we get out of here?
Follow me on Instagram.
For sure.
Yo, matter of fact, we didn't even get the social medias. Shout out to social medias. Let's go. How can we find... Yo, where can we find you at the tattoo shop? If somebody wanted to get beats off you or get you to produce, how could they look you up? And if... I know you retired from barbering right now, but in the future, when you come back, you know what I'm saying? How could we find you?
My number is
They ain't giving that.
now my socials
Yo.
my Twitter handle and my Instagram
It's
is
X. Hit me on X.
Hit me on X. Is Tap Me Up 5. So that's TATTMEUP and then the number 5. So Tap Me Up 5, and that's on both socials. If you want to like message me, you can message me there. Whether it's music, whether it's cutting hair, whatever.
Yo, your tag
Tattooing.
actually. Now that you mentioned your name, Tag Me Up 5. It's when the beat starts. It's like L5. Well, how it goes?
So my tag originally was my voice. I recorded myself saying L5. And then I put a robotic effect on it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I just looked at myself like a working machine. You know what I mean? Like I had crazy work ethic. Like you know what I mean? So
that's fine.
That was that in the beginning. And then later on, like I used a little bit from the Hey Ma song, Cameron, where he's like, "Yo L, what up?" I hit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I took the Yo L, what up? And then I just put that in front of the
where those
the L5 with the robotics. So it'll be like, yo, L, what up? And then it'll be like a L5.
and then it starts. Yeah. So the reason I mentioned that when you said Tap Me Up 5, what's the 5 represent?
So the 5, it's like a play on like numerology and also just like maybe like your 5 senses and
okay.
You know, like 5 words that start with the letter L, like look, learn, listen, love, live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like with all those elements right there is like, you know, I use every single one of them for everything I do. You know what I mean? So, and then also, I shout out to my OG Oscar Wright. He used to come by the barbershop and he used to give us all nicknames. You know what I'm saying? He used to give Polo, he would call Laffy Taffy because he had the white BMW with the red seats. So he said Laffy Taffy.
Yeah, word.
He used to call me L5000. Like, I feel like it was either because of like 5,000 watts or some shit like that.
Word.
He used to call another barber camarones, like shrimp.
Yeah.
He used to call another barber La Cara because he used to do the hot towels with the and shit like that.
That funny
so
dude in the barbershop. Yeah,
you know. And then one day we just riding around, little blunt ride, and you know I got him in the back. I got him in the passenger, and then I got my other boy in the back. And so you know, instead of L5000, I think my boy in the back, or he said L5 for short.
Word.
You know what I mean? And then it was just like, oh shit.
All
right.
You know what I mean? Like,
got to rock to it, yeah.
And when I thought about it, I was like, yo, that's pretty simple, clean. You know what I mean? I said, fuck it, I'm gonna rock with it. You know what I mean? And then like just gave it meaning afterwards. You know what I'm saying? With the 5 and the L's and the, you know what I'm saying? And
some of the best things is simplicity. You know what I'm saying? Like Apple, and you see the Apple sign. You know what I'm saying? Like L5. Like, you know who I like? Tiger. Tiger's name is Thank You God Always. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was fire when I first found that out, and I was like,
like
Tiger.
Mims. Remember Mims back in the day? This is why I'm hot.
Yeah.
Music is my savior.
Music is my savior. Mims. That's lit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Her, the R&B artist, having everything revealed.
Having everything revealed. You just put me onto that because I didn't know that.
Bro,
having everything revealed, that's fire.
Those type of acronyms are fire, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And one of my favorite acronyms is Just Life. Just enjoy this. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy this life because that's all we got. You know what I'm saying? So, you feel me? That's been another episode. We out. I definitely got to bring my man's back. You know what I'm saying? With more juice to drop. But check us out on Sundays. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Yeah. Yo, L5. That's actually dope. like
After
that.
when you mentioned the time, I was like, then I remember
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sample. And
I see it all the time too. I didn't know that that's what it meant.
So
Different
that's a
tags.
question to ask.
So like
You should, you know what? You should start it off with that in the episode. Yeah.
I kind of like